A very good morning and welcome to Hong Kong Cricket Club for the Cricket Hong Kong China Premier League T20 Series. Aaron Bush with you. We've got a double header here up the hill. Starting off with the Women's T20. It's the home team, Hkcc, in action for the first time up against Craigengow, coming off their win last week against Diasqua Little Saiwan. You can see Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles heading out to the middle to open the batting. Craigengow winning the toss, electing to bowl. Very strong Hkcc lineup. We will run through the teams as the players come out to the middle. You can see umpires Mary Henderson and Haman Tukrul will be officiating game one today. Hkcc home game, so we'll run through that side first. The captain, Alison Sue, who we chatted to out in the middle, was happy to have a bat first anyway. It is a very good batting track, you can see on screen. Peter and the team here at Hkcc putting together a nice T20 track. Betty Chan, Emma Lai, Jasmine Titmus, Kamaya Rasgotra. Lemon Chung will do the wicket keeping today for Hkcc. Mariko Hill out in the middle there with the blue helmet on screen now. Maya Gardner, Natasha Miles at the non-strikers end, or at the strikers end I should say. They're going to bowl from the forest end first. And Storm Parker and Katie Gibbons rounding out the playing 11 for Hkcc today. Karen Poon has ball in hand to open the bowling for Craigengow. We'll run through their side as well. Amanda Chung, the captain. Keeper Almira Leung. Amy Lai, Annie Ho. Dorothea Chan, former KCC Premier, now Hkcc Premier. Godiva Lee in the side. Karen Poon, as I just mentioned, there on screen to open the bowling. Carrie Chan, Pulto, Sauha Chan and Vanessa So rounds out the playing 11 for the team in purple. We're almost ready to get underway here. The Cricket Hong Kong China captain Natasha Miles, not captain for Hkcc, on strike. Good first up delivery, shaping back in. Karen, as always, bowling with the sunnies on. Playing on pitch 3 today for both games here at Hkcc, so a very central pitch. That's been pulled away. They've got coverage in the deep. One of the two outside. Vanessa So out at deep square leg. Keeps that one to 1. And we'll run through the fielding places as well. No slip in place. They've got deep third. And backward point and point. Cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on. Mid-wicket, that deep square of Vanessa, which I believe, therefore, I can't see any fine leg. Obviously can't be because two outside the circle already, so Karen's going to have to stay nice and outside off, but that one too far outside off. We'll say that if Mariko gets onto one over the top of mid-on, our broadcast area is in strife. No, just a light breeze here this morning. It's beautiful conditions. Full one. And that one's been smashed through mid-wicket. Given the treatment, Mariko Hill starts with a 4. After the wide, she now has a strike rate of 400. Big bump ball excitement. He joined us at the toss at 9 a.m. We talked to the captain, Alison Sue. She was talking about how a whole bunch of players here for Hkcc playing their first game together. They've got Natasha Miles, Katie Gibbons, Mariko Hill, Jasmine Titmus, all coming back to play. And get someone right on the money. Karen. Rounds out a good over to start with for Hong Kong Cricket Club. 6 runs coming from the first. 19 overs remaining. Former Cricket Hong Kong China captain Carrie Chan to bowl to current Hong Kong captain Natasha Miles in over number 2, bowling from the castle end. Shortly, bear with us, there we are. Slip in place. The only thing at deep third is me at top of screen as I bend down to watch the action on the monitor. A good one coming back into the body. Not expecting a lot of turn on offer today on this very grassy green pitch. Bit of skid and with extra revs, get a bit of bounce as well. Of course, those two out in the middle batting. Spent plenty of time in the nets facing Carrie. Deep mid-wicket and a deep forward square, the two outside the circle. Putting pressure on the fielders, just pushing it onto the offside. The captain, Amanda Chung, at a forward point. Unable to cut off the single, rotate the strike back to Mariko. Started with a boundary. Still 6-3 offside field. Too short this time from Chan, and again, similar result to the first over, going through mid-wicket. Mariko Hill picks up her second boundary, moves Hong Kong Cricket Club Premier into the double figures with a 4. Much like the first over as well, Mariko hits the boundary, then happy to just watch. Finds the edge, doesn't carry to Dorothea Chan at first slip, and they'll get through for a cheeky single to finish off the over. Again, 6 runs coming from the over. Hong Kong Cricket Club moved to 12 for the loss of no wicket. Poon to continue from the forest end. Comes forward, gets it on the full, pushes it through extra cover, 4 runs. Third boundary, third one I should say, for Mariko. She took that single off the edge and then picks up her third 4. Nice fast outfield here at Hong Kong Cricket Club. Foggy start, but the clouds starting to break up. We should get some blue sky and sunshine in the not too distant future. Gets the line right this time. Gives Mariko a full toss. She says, thank you very much. Just lands inside the rope, but only just. Well, this is powerful hitting. Mariko, of course, all of the Hong Kong Cricket Club players. First game of the 2025 T20 series. So far, Mariko's having a day out. And this gets a little guiding edge through a vacant slip cordon. Backward point has to come around. 4 fours and 2 singles, moves to 18. Miles, it's just been a spectator so far. Back on strike. Speaking of spectators, I see a father, Rodney Miles, watching on from deep point in the spectators area, which is where that one's angled to, but and find it hard to beat Carrie Chan in that position. Got the 2 catching positions, extra cover mid-wicket, who are 10 metres or so inside the circle. The rest all set back. No one there, though. They do have coverage. I apologise. They've removed the deep third and put in a deep mid-wicket to go with the deep square. So Miles takes a single to finish off the over. 22 for the loss of no wicket halfway through the power play. Healthy run rate, you can see on screen, 7.33. It was a big over, 10 runs coming from it. So if it carries bowling, deep cover, deep mid-wicket, the 2 outside the circle. Around the wicket. And again, just gets that one to pop up a little bit more than it is expected. Watchful from Miles. Seen in international games, these two bat together, similar roles. One will accelerate, one will just do the supporting role. And it's been so effective over the years. Gives herself some room, cuts to point and takes a single on the arm. It's Godiva Lee sitting at point. As I said earlier, former Kowloon Cricket Club Premier League player, now in the Craigengower setup. This is just what Craigengower need. They need to peg these runs back, get the run rate down a bit. I'll have to find wickets as well, but at the moment, each over's being a little expensive. It's more good fielding at cover. Given some width this time. Zips it on through. That's a tidy over. That's the ones we expect from Carrie Chan. Just the single coming from the 4th. Hong Kong Cricket Club 23 for the loss of no wicket. Change in bowling from the Forest End. Dorothea Chan to bowl over number 5. Full beats the field at cover. Diving effort in the outfield though. Carrie Chan doing the clean-up work. That's a great effort. I'm not sure who did the dive to cut it off. And Saha Chan that did the dive. Flick to Carrie Chan. Keep it to 2. This one won't be 2 though. That's racing away. Carrie chasing it as fast as she can, but not going to get anywhere near that one as it races down to the swimming pool boundary. Natasha Miles picks up her first boundary of the day. Gets into double figures as well. They're going to have to make a change in the field now. Chad going back out onto the boundary at deep cover, so deep square leg comes inside the circle, leaving deep mid-wicket out as well. Drops the length back a little bit there, Dorothea. Good fielding this time at the short cover position. Full toe with the unenviable job of protecting that extra cover region in close in a catching position. And again, this goes to her left and goes to the right of Carrie Chan. Another boundary. Miles on a charge this over, 10 so far with 1 ball remaining. Scooted on up. She was 4 off 10. Now she's 14 off 15. On the pads, this is onto the bowling green area. That's lightning fast. Deep square leg inside the circle, not going to cut that off. Massive over for Miles and Hong Kong Cricket Club Premier as they move to 37 for the loss of no wicket after 5. Both batters for Hong Kong Cricket Club now on 18. Looks like the captain's going to bring herself into the attack to finish off the power play for Craig and Gower. Winning the toss, electing to bowl first. Good runs so far for Hong Kong Cricket Club as Amanda Chung takes the ball from the castle end. And Mariko Hill, who was a spectator in over number 5, back on strike. Drags one just down the leg side to start with. That one starts outside off and angles back in towards the off stump. Gets the dot ball. In the air and been put down. Again, Pulto in that catching position right on the edge of the AstroTurf pitch. It was low, got down, got the body there and the hands, but it's gone through, bounced off the body and put down. A life for Mariko. Wants a bottom hand in it. We'll make a note of that. A life for Mariko Hill on 18. Given width again in the air, but this time to the left of toe. Wants the tip and run, putting pressure on the field and does well. The pressure enough to get through for a single. Dorothea to bowl the first over outside the power play. Miles keeping that one along the ground. Pulto just getting peppered at that extra cover position, especially from the forest end. That's in the air. Broadcast position in danger as it rolls on through. All right, yep. Four runs, that's important for Hkcc as it ran into our broadcast area. One of the worst throws back out onto the field I've ever seen. Not going to name names. Threw it straight into the tent. Well, the boundaries continue. They've got 4 apiece, these two, and they've made the adjustment in the field. Karampoon has moved down to long on to try to protect our broadcast area and also stop the boundaries. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket and deep extra cover. The other fielders outside the circle at the moment, so not too many inside. Goes the dab through slip. Classy little single. Rotate the strike. Little chat in the middle between Hill and Miles. 2 balls left of the 7th, creeping on up towards the half-century mark. And like a opening partnership to get to the 50 mark. Hong Kong Cricket Club. Kakengao, they need a wicket here. Drops it short, mishit, but absolutely no one. A backward square on the 45. Long chase down. You can see it's onto the bowling green area. If it was full-blooded, that would have raced away to the ropes. They'll get back for 3. That's how far it split the field there. Fly Gully had to field that one at deep fine leg. Miles gets a full toss, but hits it straight out into the deep. little misfield. Allow them to push back. Good running, make it a 2. And more good runs flowing. Another over into the double figures. 10 runs coming from the 7th as Hong Kong Cricket Club Premier bring up the half century. They're 50 for the loss of no wicket with 13 overs remaining. Mandachung to bowl from the castle end. Mariko Hill on 22. They've got coverage, fortunately, for that big full toss. Gary Chan out at deep mid-wicket. Using pitch 3, so no real short boundaries, as you can sometimes get here at Hong Kong Cricket Club. Nice and central, halfway right between the big black sight screens. Fast outfield is going to help if you can pick the gaps, as we've seen already with the 8 boundaries. Mariko's gone the closest to finding a maximum. Would have been half a metre inside that 4 down to the scoreboard. Natasha Miles on strike. Waits on it. Cuts straight to point. Comes to the fall of the ball, straight back to the captain. Still plenty of smiles in the field for Craig and Gower. Yet to find a wicket. Comes down, looks to sweep, bottom edge. This goes backward of square, but they can get through for another single. Again, straight to extra cover. Good fielding this time from Paul Toe to finish off a tidy over for Craig and Gower. 2 runs coming from the 8th. Hong Kong Cricket Club 52 for the loss of no wicket. You can see the Manhattan there, 3 overs into double figures. Keep the runs ticking over. A couple of tidy overs from Craig and Gower. Overs 4, 6 and 8 seem to be the way. Bowling from the castle end. Expensive from the forest end, which is where we'll be bowling the next over. Dorothea Chan to continue. 2 overs, none for 24 so far. Miles on strike. Gets it wide of the short extra cover, but mid-off comes around. And they're happy to run on the arm, these two. Quick between the wickets, Miles and Hill. Charge, that sounded good out of the middle, but Gary Chan in the deep. Always going to keep that 1-1. Just hit too well, to be honest. No chance of a second. And this is tidier from Dorothea. They can't find the wickets. They need to add the dot ball pressure, Craig and Gower. Well, that was in the air, but went through traditional cover as Chan again keeps it to 1. Comes forward first, but the length pulled back a bit from Dorothea means Mariko dots that one as well. If Dorothea Chan can get away with this final delivery of the 9th, be back-to-back tidy overs from Kraigengow. Again with the charge, then with the soft dab hands through gully. So it'll be 4 singles to round out the 9th. Hong Kong Cricket Club 56 for the loss of no wicket. Change in bowling from the Castle end. Annie Ho into the attack for the first time today. Take us up to the halfway mark. Cut away, beats the infield. The deep cover has to clean up. Again, just a single. Everything slowing down a little bit as we head towards the drinks break. Hong Kong Cricket Club, they can get through the next 5 balls without losing a wicket. They'll be happy with their first 10 overs. Big platform set. They can take 10 wickets in hand into the final 10 overs. They can certainly accelerate from there. And at the moment, these two looking solid. Only the one chance given up so far. Kraigengow are not taking advantage. One's one of the few extras so far today for Kraigengow. Just a handful so far. That one well wide. Yeah, just dealing in singles at the moment. And a charge has popped up in the air. A chance of a catch just wide. And a diving effort with the right hand from point. Another chance going up in the air. This time didn't get there. Salha Chan. She's on screen. Big run to her right. Dive at the end, but just past the outstretched right hand. Probably unnecessary from Mariko. Just 2 balls left to get us to the halfway mark. You can see the intention's going to start. They're going to run as it goes straight to mid-off. End of the over and end of the first session. 10 overs done. Hong Kong Cricket Club Women's Premier sent in to bat. And they've done a fine job. They're 61 for the loss of no wicket. The 2 openers, Natasha Miles on 31 and Mariko Hill on 27. Join us in a few moments' time for the next 10 overs here of the Cricket Hong Kong China Premier League T20 series. Welcome back to Hong Kong Cricket Club. Aaron Bush with you. Drinks break done in game one of the doubleheader here from Hkcc. The women's up first. If you're just joining us, Craig Gow won the toss, elected to bowl, sending Hkcc into bat. They batted well, just one real chance. Marika Hill put down by Pulto at extra cover. Miles has looked solid on 31. She's on strike. Godiva Lee drops one in short to start with. Two sweepers out on the leg side deep. Been a while since we've seen a boundary. Back in the 7th over. So Craig and Gow are tightening it up, but yet to find a wicket, which is important with 10 wickets in hand. Very good chance of a big score. 130 plus surely on the cards at the moment. Another one dropped short. Too short, double bouncer. So a free hit coming up as well. Full advantage of the free hit. One bounce over the ropes. We said it's been since the 7th over since we've seen a boundary, but a free hit to Marika Hill is always going to end up somewhere over the top of the ropes. 9th 4 in the books. This has been the end that's been expensive. Absolutely crunched to extra cover. Full toe. Does good work. Went straight to her. Got the body behind it, making sure couldn't get through. Looks to sweep that one. Probably missed out, Mariko. Gets the extra in the books, but got some bat on that one. No fine leg in place. It would have raced away over the bowling club. The bowling green. Oh, big thick edge. Slip in place. That was out. No slip in place, so it's a single. Of course, 2 games going on this morning in the Cricket Hong Kong Premier League T20 series, the Plenty. We'll check in with Mission Road shortly at the end of this over. That's the one she wanted to get bat on, but a bit too square. Doesn't matter. Beats the fielder. Diving effort. Can't stop it. Down at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, Lantau Cricket Club taking on Diasqua Little Saiwan women. Diasqua Little Saiwan won the toss, selected to have a bowl, much like Craig and Gower here at Hong Kong Cricket Club. Lantau just lost their big wicket of Vancy Chowdhury. As it dots out. Final delivery of the 11th. 12 runs coming from it. 73 for none, Hong Kong Cricket Club. Let's have a look at down the road at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Lantau, yes, as I said, Vancy Chowdhury just got dismissed, so Lantau now 35 for 3 as they now go into their drinks break over there with 1 ball left to the 10th. Last week's half-century maker Jordan Kerr not troubling the scorers today, just a 3. Adisa Altaf, who's come into the side for Lantau today, got a 13. Chowdhury out for 8. So the very powerful Diasqua Little Saiwan looking for their first win after going down to Craig and Gower last week. Looking good at the moment. Back here at Hong Kong Cricket Club though. 73 run opening partnership for Hong Kong Cricket Club in their first game of the Plenty. Annie Ho from the Castle End starting with a wide. This one better. Gets back to the dot. Six extras so far. It's tidy bowling. Run on the field again. Very good running once again. Deep mid wicket. Out on the picket fence for Natasha Miles, plus a deep extra cover. Long on as well. He comes in to do the fielding there. Karen Poon. A fly gully of Amy Lai. Point, full toe still at that extra cover. This one will beat the wide is mid on, so again the long on comes in off the boundary. No ball called. Umpire Haman Tukrul. I think that no ball infringement was from outside the tram lines. Hit well, and Chan out in the deep. Wicks it back in with the left arm. And there's only one run when it goes anywhere near Carrie Chan. Very strong arm in the deep. She's got plenty of overs left as well. 2 overs, I think, left for Carrie. Correct. We'll see her at the death overs. Charge. Beats the wideish mid on, so again Carrie comes around. That should round out the over. Just some extras and singles coming from the 12th as Hong Kong Cricket Club move into the 80s. They're 82 for the loss of no wicket. Saha Chan to bowl over number 13. First time in the attack today. 7th bowler used by Craig and Gow. As they try anything to try to break this opening partnership of 82. Long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, long off going back as well, plus the deep extra cover. No, now long off is going back into mid off. Full toss, up in the air, that could go all the way, does. It's gone for a maximum, the first of the day. Umpires are just conversing whether it did clear the rope. It looked from my vantage point that it definitely did. And it did. The first maximum to Mariko. She went close one time before. This time didn't miss out on the full toss. Pulls the length back and gets it to grip a bit there. Both openers into the 40s. Race between Miles and Hill to see who can get the half century first, it seems. Both going at over a runner ball. And goes very straight. Beautiful stroke. Took mid-off out of the game. Long on, too far around to cut that one off. Second boundary of the over. Hill starting to motor now. 7 boundaries. 6 fours and a maximum. Gets a full toss and given the treatment again. That one's even bigger than the last one. As it goes up to the top of the hedge, we might need a new ball for that one. No, it's recovered, and that's a no ball over the waist as well. Just to rub salt into the wounds. That brings the 50 up from Mariko Hill. 16 off the bat this over to go to 51. 6 fours, 2 maximums of 40 deliveries. As Hong Kong Cricket Club 1 run away from hitting triple figures in the 13th. This is going to be a big score. Chopped up and not a lot of bat on that one, so I'll take the 1 off the free hit. Been the tough end to bowl from so far for Craig and Gower, bowling from the Forest end. Well, that's the good one to Natasha Miles to finish it off, but 18 runs coming from the 13th as the 100 has been brought up. They're exactly 100 for none. 100-run opening partnership between Natasha Miles and Mariko Hill. All coming up that over. A half century for Mariko. The triple figures for Hkcc, and they've still got 7 overs remaining with 10 wickets in hand. So Craig and Gower, probably earlier than they wanted to, have had to pull the trigger and bring Carrie Chan back into the attack. Usually she'll bowl the 18th and 20th, close out the innings, but they need a wicket here, Craig and Gower. Generated an edge in her first spell, didn't carry to first slip. Easy 1 down to long off. Now Miles, who had to sit back and watch that massive over from Mariko bring up the half century, back on strike, 40 off 40. Takes off for a single, but wisely sent back by Mariko. No need for a silly run out. Just keep finding the boundaries. They know that Carrie's only got 10 legal deliveries left. Full toe making Carrie have to do a bit of acrobatics. Pick up that one. Waits and it gets the body behind captain and a Chung at cover. Missed the hands as it skidded on through, but stopped it with the leg. And again, like it's always very tidy from Carrie, but she has to find a wicket somehow. Or find some support from the Craig and Gower bowling lineup. Try to stem the flow, keep it under 140. Exact 150 is a good chance now with these 2 out in the middle. Goes the faster one down leg, but not sure if it was a ploy to look for a stumping or just to drag down from Carrie, but she'll need to re-bowl. Waits on it, dots it out. 2 runs coming from the 14th. Hong Kong Cricket Club, 102 for the loss of no wicket. Going back to their 2 opening bowlers here. Craig and Gow with Karen Poon back into the attack. Opened the innings. Went for 16 off her first 2. Mariko on strike on 53. That's the 10th extra now. They were tidy in the first 10, but just getting a little bit loose as we grind through the overs. And comes down the wicket and just then decides to go for the soft hands backward of point. Karen Bloom bowling. Carrie Chan's come down to long on near our broadcast area. Oh, that's almost scooped straight back. Just a lazy bit of a bottom hand from Miles. This time keeps it along the ground to point. It's been that kind of day for Craig and Gower. These 2 out in the middle for Hong Kong Cricket Club, not giving up very many chances at all. After starting with a wide, been nice and tidy from Karen. Just like Carrie Chan, she's only going to have 1 over remaining. They're still a long way short. We're only getting up to the 15th. Somebody else is going to have to help out. And that's in the air, but over the top of Pulto this time. Races away down to the swimming pool for 4. Happy to go aerial over the top of extra cover. Miles up to 44. Saw Mariko bring up her half century, the maximum. Can Natasha do the same? She's going to put it up in the air. She's not going to get a maximum. It's going to be 2 bounces into pretty much the same position at the swimming pool. Back-ending double 4s to finish off the 15th as Hong Kong Cricket Club move to 112. Natasha Miles, 48 off 50. They're going to keep 1 over for Carey. Amanda Chung, the captain, will take the ball from the castle end. Two overs, none for 5 so far from Amanda Chung. She's bowled beautifully. Lowest econ of anyone out there, even lower than Carey. He's on 3, 2.5 for Amanda Chung. 5 overs left. We've got to expect some fireworks. Another one that flicks through slip. No slip in place. Just the 3rd inside the circle. And we're going to see more and more of that, especially from Mariko. Might find the edge, but also if it comes out of the middle, going to look for more maximums. Miles on 48 now. swats it. Work to do in the deep. Coming around to cover. Nice little dive and parry to carry. Gets back for 2. Picks up the 50 as well. Both opening partners getting themselves a half century. 50 off 51 for Natasha Miles. 7 fours in her 50. Gets it on the full. Picks out carry in the deep for 1. Moves to 51. These two could well bat out the entire 20 here with 4.5 overs remaining. Chances may come as they try to push the runs up towards the 150. Gets it on the full as well and picks out exactly the same position. Here's Chan working at deep mid-wicket. Current run rate of 7.47 will get them to 149. Don't forget the batting power to come as well. Not just these two out in the middle. It's hard down to long off this time. Only 1. And still got Lemon Chung, Katie Gibbons, Emma Lai and Mai Gardner. Both of those two like to open for Hong Kong Cricket Club in T10s and T20s. Kamaya Raskotra, the captain Alison Sue, Jasmine Titmus as well, young Storm Parker. Fabulous delivery to finish with. Couldn't find the edge. Four overs remain. Hong Kong Cricket Club yet to lose a wicket. They're 118. Both batters now with half centuries to their name. Rico's dispensed with the thigh pad. Decided that's not going to come onto my hip. I'm just going to use the bat. She's at the non-striker's end. Annie Ho back into the attack from the Forest end. 2 overs, none for 14 so far. Cow corner covered now rather than deep mid-wicket. Also long on, deep square leg. Deep extra cover. No long off in place. Straight back. Starts with a dot. Charges. No, beat the deep again, so just 1. 2 players for Craigengow that have been very busy today. Pull toe at the short extra cover. Carrie Chan wherever she's been put out in the deep. At the moment she's at deep extra cover. The ones that get through pull toe, both been busy. Tries to cut through point. Cannot. Tidy start from Annie Ho in her 3rd. And this is up in the air. I think it's going to fall safely. Just pull toe again. Sort of split, carry and pull. Another one, chance goes begging as it can't find the fielder. Didn't get the wicket, but just dots and singles so far for the 17th, slowing that run rate down. Miles' attack scoops up on the leg side, will find a gap in the air as well. They should push for 2 on the arm here and will. Very good running. I said it before, I'll say it again. It's just been that kind of day for Craig and Gow. The ones in the air just seem to somehow find a gap. Take nothing away from the Hong Kong Cricket Club openers though. They've batted very well. That was very close, if not a missed-stumping chance by Almira Leung. His buys. I think Miles was really struggling to get back to that one. Missed glove from Leung. Another chance goes begging. Finishing out a tidy over for Annie Ho. There's 4 runs coming from the 17th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Hong Kong Cricket Club Premier. Check in across at Mission Road. With Lantau taking on Diaspora Little Saiwan women. Lantau sent in to bat. They're 56 for 7. Struggling a lot more this week than they did last week against Kowloon Cricket Club. April Saquilin and Myra Beloach out in the middle. Still 5.5 overs remaining there. They could well get bowled out back here live. Finding runs out into the deep again. They're pulled away. That one's not going to get stopped. 1, 2, 3 bounces into the white picket fence. Been a while since we've seen a boundary. This time, Amanda Chung, she's just showing how that one was hit. Admiring Marika Hill's work there. Hill up into the 60s. Again, sweeps through square, work to do for Carey. Can she get there? Dive in the field, can get there, but just parries forward. Back-to-back 4s for Hill. Took the thigh pad off. Obviously, it seems to have helped with the sweep shot. So they've had to make changes and put deep square leg in place. Give Carey some help in the deep mid wicket. Charges, goes straight up in the air. Tries to go to long off. Karen Poon comes around from long on. Keeps it to a single, but already into double figures this over with 2 balls left. 133 on the board. 2.2 overs remaining. 150 would be the target for sure. And it's going to be a tough run chase for Craig and Gower. They've got a powerful batting lineup as well, but that's a lot of runs in the Premier League T20. Another single down straight. And what will Hill do off the final delivery of the 18th? Gaps over mid-off through to extra cover across that bowling green. Might be a target. Tried to keep it outside of the arc, but far too far outside the arc. Wants the soft hand single, but not there, so they'll take a dot to finish off. 12 runs coming from the 18th Hong Kong Cricket Club Premier, a 135. Karrampoon to bowl the penultimate over as expected. And I'm sure we'll see Carrie Chan bowl the final one from the castle end. Tasha Miles on strike. Goes through mid-wicket. Plenty of coverage in the deep. Just a one. Everyone's been pretty expensive. Karrampoon's bowled all right. None for 27 off 3.1. Econ rate at the moment of 8.53. Mariko's on strike. Another half missed chance of a stumping there as well. Tough to keep up to the stumps to Karrampoon, but allows Mariko to get back. But it's a valuable dot ball for Craigengower. No wickets to help them out to date, so it's only been dots in their favour. There's the weight on it, soft hands through gully. Been 50 dot balls today for Craigengower. There's also been 15 fours and 2 maximums to go with the 12 extras. Miles on the charge this time. One bounce, not going to carry out to Dorothea Chan in the deep. Craigengower will take this if they can get away. The final 2 overs just going for singles. Hill, of course, has different ideas. That's going to get over Lee at mid-off, so it's now yet another single. 7 legal deliveries remaining. Beats the infield, doesn't beat the outfield, so it will be just 5 singles coming from the 19th Hong Kong Cricket Club. 140 with 6 balls left, and it's going to be Carrie Chan. Can they find that 10 runs in this final over to get to that psychological barrier of 150? So it's going to be tough. Carrie Chan, of course, always miserly. 3 overs, none for 9 so far. For just the 1 boundary, and 1 4 and 1 wide drag down leg. Previous over she bowled. Take nothing away from this opening partnership, Natasha Miles and Mariko Hill. We expected nothing less, but still 140 run partnership is something to behold. Fuller one, beats 1 fielder, work to do in the deep. Nice slide, pick up. I'll come back for 2. 5 balls left, 142 on the board. Cut away. Godiva Lee at point. Backward point keeps it to a dot. Tries to go big. It's scooped up in the air. It's actually going to carry. It just carries to Karen Poon, but put down as she was running in off the boundary. Another one goes begging for Craig and Gower. Tough chance. Long run in. Almost made it into the circle. But got there. Quick in the outfield. Back to a dot. 2-2 with 2 balls left. Remember, Mariko was dropped a full 50 runs ago. The only legitimate chance today. Well, it's going to take a maximum off the final delivery to get to the 150, but either way, it's still going to be a big score for Hkcc. Scoops out with the bump ball to finish off the over, and we're done. First innings in the books here at Hong Kong Cricket Club in round 2 of the Hkcc, the Cricket Hong Kong Premier League T20. The plenty as Hong Kong Cricket Club put on a massive 144. Quick look at the batting card. All that batting to come for Hong Kong Cricket Club. Unnecessary today as the openers put together both a half century, 64 for Natasha Miles off 68, and Mariko Hill top scoring 68 off 55, including 8 fours and 2 maximums. The bowling card for Craig and Gower Cricket Club. They used plenty of bowlers today, opening with Karen Poon and Carrie Chan, but only Chan managing to keep the run rate, the econ under 5, just 3.25, you expect that, but no wickets. That's the problem for Craig and Gower. So a big score on the board for Hong Kong Cricket Club. We're in the innings break here. It's about 10 minutes time, so we'll be back in about 8 minutes to see Craig and Gower, who won the toss, elected to bowl, see if they can chase down 145 for victory. Join us then. Welcome back to Hong Kong Cricket Club. Aaron Bush with you for this Cricket Hong Kong China Premier League T20 series, the Plenty. First game of a double-header here up the hill. And Craig and Gower, you can see, will require 145 for victory. Massive opening partnership between Natasha Miles and Mariko Hill. 144. They've got a formidable bowling lineup too, Hkcc, so the work to be done for Craig and Gower if they want to get their second win. Hong Kong Cricket Club in their first game, looking for their first win, showing already how they could well be title favourites in the Plenty. Alison Sue, the captain for Hkcc, looks like will take the ball first, as expected. The Cricket Hong Kong China quick. Lemon Chung will have the gloves on down at the castle end. So far it looks like it's going to be an attacking field. Everyone not quite in place yet, but everyone inside the circle so far. Possibly a deep, no, it's looking down onto the boundary. Don't think there's any deep third or fine leg. Pulto will take strike for Craig and Gower. Dorothea Chan at the non-striker's end. Yep, everyone inside the circle, slip in place. Fly gully, backward and forward point, catching cover position. Mid on, mid off, mid wicket, and a backward square on the 45 are ready to get underway. 145 required. That tied offside, 6-3 offside field, making sure no runs to start with. Cut away, gets through that tight offside field though. Work to do for Storm Parker. Chasing it down, gets there in time. They'll push back for 2. First runs off the bat for Craig and Gower. See the run rate required, up over 7. So they'll need a quick start and not lose early wickets, Craig and Gower. Looks to dab, leaves it alone, takes the first extra in the books. Around the field for Hong Kong Cricket Club, Natasha Miles in first slip. Kamaya at the fly gully. Backward point, Storm Parker. Katie Gibbons at a forward point. Beats the outside edge this time. Amalai in the catching extra cover position. Mike Gardner at mid-off. Mariko Hill just there on screen, shining the ball up at mid-on. Jasmine Titmuss at mid-wicket. Fuller hit well, beats everybody in the infield. Work to do. Gibbons chasing it down, gets there just inside, flicks back to Gardner. Another 2 off the bat. Good combination in the field, keeping it down to 2. Well played by Pulto. Twice this over already finding gaps in a packed offside field. Another extra. 3-1 for Craig and Gower. The one player I haven't mentioned yet. That backward square is Betty Chan. All inside the circle. And another dot. Chopped away in the air. Kamaya chasing this one down as it races away towards the boundary. Another one picked up just inside. Are they going to run for three? They are. Running on the arm. And just the start Craig and Gower needed. 9 runs coming from the first. Keeping that run rate required under control. Another 136 required in 19. Stormy Parker to bowl the first over from the Castle end. I'll have to check with the Hkcc team. Could be a premier T20 debut for Parker. Starts quick but starts down leg. Lemon Chung not able to get on it. For Parker, they do have one outside the circle. Betty Chan, fine leg. Appeal for run out. They can get through. Dorothea Chan just making her ground as the sun again pokes its head out from beneath the clouds or above the clouds. Still plenty of cloud around, so it'll come and go during the day. To bend down, top of the screen there in the blue shirt, put my sunglasses on. It's all a bit bright. Full one, and it picks out Mariko Hill at mid-on. Nice full length this time from Parker. Racking up the dots, 3 in a row now. So easy tip and run onto the leg side this time. Dorothea Chan to get off the mark. Full toe to face out the final delivery of the second. And very similar stroke for a same result. 2 singles to finish off the over. 4 runs coming. 5 runs. Is it 4? After 2, Craig and Gower 15 for the loss of no wicket. Need another 130 from here in 18. You can see the run rate required. Still below the current run rate. That was on the back of an expensive first over from Alison Sue. Allison to continue. Full toe on strike, looking to find a gap on the offside again, but misses it all. Just looking around it. It's a formidable quick bowling lineup they have, Hong Kong Cricket Club. Still got Mariko available, Maya Gardner. Then of course, the eternal Betty Chan will definitely be up for 4 overs. The umpires are going to have a little discussion here. I'm not sure what it's about. Probably about protected zones. They're off screen at the moment, chatting away at a short mid-wicket. It's a discussion to pull toe to avoid running through the protected zone. Miles has moved to that wideish slip position now. Was much closer in the first over, more through a 4th slip almost. Full toss, popped up in the air, catch put down by Jasmine Titmus at mid-wicket. And almost a chance of a run out as well. Dorothea Chan gets a life. Popped up in the air, hands up, got to it. Fortunately, spilled out. We saw Mariko get a life in the first innings, and Dorothea Chan getting one early in the second. Beats everything there. This is much tidier. A bit loose for the first one, but this is the Alison Sue we know can be devastating with the ball. Cut away on the offside. Gibbons gets down to keep it down. Get 3 for 1. You can keep each over down to 3 or 4. That's really going to bring the run rate pressure to Craig and Gower. Want to survive the power play, not lose any wickets, keep the runs ticking over. 145. It's a big total to chase. We'll dot out the third with 3 runs coming from it. Craig and Gower 18 for the loss of no wicket, netting another 127 from here. Parker to continue. Starts down leg. Good glove work from Lemon Chung. 5-4 offside field for Parker with the wideish deep fine leg in place. Square leg mid-wicket and mid-on. So the only real change is that the slip's been taken out. Alison Sue at point. Kamaya at the fly gully on the circle. Cut away, beats backward of points. Work to do for Sue. Think this could be the first boundary. It's slowing up and races and then dribbles into the ropes for the first boundary for Craigengow. Pull toe. Picks up the first one. This is nicely played. Pick the gap. Just between Kamaya and Allison. Down to the scoreboard and into the ropes it eventually trickles. Dorothea on strike, got a life previous over. Finds it fine. Work to do for Betty Chan, who was wide. She'll get there. They're going to charge on the arm. They are, and do get back for two. Nicely played. Good over for Craigengow. Move past the quarter century mark, inside 4. Slight delay as Pull Toe needs to make some adjustments. Now she's ready. It's a Clouds return to Hkcc, which is nice. I was getting a sunburnt left arm. Blazing sunshine in March. Made off the over so far, 1 ball remaining. Pushes onto the offside. Natasha Miles in that catching cover position. Picks it up. Into the over. 8 off it. 4 done. Craigengow 26 for the loss of no wicket, needing 119 in the final 16. Get the binoculars out. Let's see if I can see who's padded up right across the other side of the ground. Carrie Chan definitely has the pads on. Not seeing anyone else at the moment, so perhaps Carrie coming in at number 3. We said we'd see 4 overs from Betty Chan. We're going to see the first one now inside the power play, bowling from the Forest end. And this will be a test for these openers. Got a deep square leg. Could be the only one outside the circle. It's the only one I can see at the moment. Drives. Beats the infield of Miles. So Gardner comes around from mid-off. They'll get 1. Popular place to find runs today here at Hkcc, that extra cover position. Pull Toe was the one doing all the work in the first innings. Waits on it. And then again, Miles is in. Gives her a full toss, so Emma Ly's going to have to do some work in the deep for this one. Does very well, coming all the way around to deep mid-wicket with the roll. As expected, very good in the field, Emma Ly. Not required with the bat today, of course. No wickets falling. And beats the bat this time. Lofted, one bounce to Gardner. Runs on the arm and through for a single. Bottom hand there from Dorothea. Gardner set right back on the 25-yard circle. Doesn't carry. There's Pulto on 17 already. Cuts away on the offside. Just a little bobble up onto Alison Sue, but Katie Gibbons is there to help out. End of the over, tidy as you expect from Betty Chan. 4 runs coming from the 5th. Krakengower 30, needing another 115 at 7.67. While Alison Sue had a rest from the Forest End. No rest for Stormy Parker at the Castle End. Bowler third and finish off the power play. Full and a run on the arm of Gardner again. She had to come around to her left. Oh, good Yorker length. Almost getting through. Well played by Pulto to keep it out. Brilliant delivery from Parker. Very early call from Dorothea. Beats the outside edge. Good delivery. Full, straight to extra cover. Miles with the fein throw. This has been tidy. Getting better as the overs go on for Stormy Parker. Pulls the length back a bit on this one, so the tip and run on the arm of Kamaya. They get through. Dorothea Chan will retain strike. 3 runs coming from the final over. The power play. Krakengower 33 for the loss of no wicket, needing another 112 at exactly 8 per over. Betty Jan to continue into a second over, 4 off her first. Run rate required, just creeping up, now exactly 8. A handy opening partnership, surviving the power play. Attacks this time though, straight to Mariko Hill. And that's the end of Dorothea Chan. The partnership is broken. Chan departs for 9 and Krakengower lose their first on 33. Easiest of catches for Mariko Hill at mid-on. Scooped up. Didn't have to move very far at all. get confirmation on who is coming out, but it's not Carrie Chan to start with. Could be the captain, Amanda Chung. We'll just wait for official confirmation. And that's the first wicket I've had to call this morning after 26 overs. And it's, of course, Betty Chan that gets the job done, as she always does. It is the captain, Amanda Chung. Coming out at number 3. No sign of Carrie Chan just yet. Even though the Hong Kong Cricket Club scoreboard says Carrie Chan's out in the middle, it's definitely the captain, Amanda Chung. Johnny Pulto, Betty Chan around the wicket. Watchful from Chung to start with. Scoreboard's updated now. Everyone's on board, with Amanda Chung being in the middle at number 3. Waits on it, but picks out Titmus at no, it's Emma Lai. I apologise. At cover, Titmus is at point. Lai's more at a bit of a forward point. They're both close to each other, but one in a catching position. Oh, it's extra cover. Gets through this time. Lai at cover. The left-handed Amanda Chung, getting all cross-axled. Swings hard on the leg side. Gardner gets down from mid-on. First runs off the bat for Amanda Chung. And thoughts of a second. Chung sent Pulto back. One ball left to the 7th, and it's been a good one for Hkcc. Not sure if it was last season or the season before. These two teams, Hong Kong Cricket Club and Craig and Gowan Women's, played a memorable tie. At the moment, looks like Hong Kong Cricket Club are on top to start with. Again, a little bit of bottom hand, doesn't carry to anyone. Wasn't far away from the extra cover catching position of Natasha Miles, though. She knew she was close to getting a catch there. End of the over, a successful one for Hkcc and Betty Chan after 7. Craig and Gower 34 for 1, needing another 1-1-1 from here. Jasmine Titmus to bowl over number 8 from the Castle end. Parker having a break after a 3-over spell. Run rate required continues to push up past 8.5 now. 13 overs remaining. Starts full over the wicket, running on the arm of Emma Lai. Sometimes not the greatest of ideas, good arm, but they get through safely. But unlike the big hitting we saw from the Hong Kong Cricket Club openers of Marika Hill and Natasha Miles, just the one boundary so far for Craig and Gow. They're going to need to find a few more. Cuts away on the offside, picks out Parker at I was going to say forward point just so we had the P's, but it's more a cover position. Call it cover point. Picked out Parker at cover point. It's gone down the leg side. Chan Betty keeps it to a wide +1. Has it got through everything? Wait for the signal from the umpire. It's buys. It did get through everybody, batter and keeper. End of this over, we'll check out what's happening down the hill at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground in the other Women's Plenty game. Lantau Cricket Club taking on Diasco Little Saiwan. Good line, good length from Jasmine. Slowing down here for Craig and Gower after losing the wicket. Oh, that's not going to slow down though. That's been whipped away off the toes, 3 mid-wicket. No one in the deep, into the picket fences. Said it's been a while since we've seen a boundary. Right on cue, Paul Toe picks up her second. Moves into the 20s. Nicely played, this one. He's picked it up. Sparse leg side field. 4 out on the leg side, but nobody in the deep. Back live. Keeps it inside the tram. To finish off the over. 8 runs coming from the 8th. Craig and Gower Cricket Club, 42 for 1. They need another 103 at 8.58. Let's go down the hill. Lantau Cricket Club were bowled out in the final over for 88. And that included 34 extras. Nobody except for one batter getting into double figures for Lantau. But they're fighting hard. Diasco Little Saiwan needing 89 for victory. A 30 for 3. Shanzine Shazad's not out on 16. But Mariam Bibi, the captain's out, as is Fatima Amir and Harsha Motwani. So, tight battle down the hill here. The batter pulled toes, keeping Craig and Gower in the hunt. As the captain, Amanda Chung, just rotates the strike back to pull. 22 off 24. Betty Chan into her third over, scoops over her head, but not enough to make it all the way to mid-off. And the good news, of course, for Craig and Gower, Betty Chan's just got 10 legal deliveries left. And she could get 3 or 4 more wickets with those, the way she bowls. They run to forward point of Emma Lai. It's the one thing Hong Kong Cricket Club can always rely on with Betty Chan. She's going to bowl 4 overs. She's going to get a wicket or 2, and she's going to be miserly. They run on the arm of Kamaya. Just 3 singles off the first 4 deliveries. Alison Sue wants to chalk up the offside field for Pull Toe. There's another dot outside off. And back-to-back dots to finish off her third. 3 runs coming from the 9th. Craig and Gower 45 for 1. Now the run rate required up over 9 as they need exactly 100 runs from here. We're 1 over away from the drinks break. Jasmine Titmus is going to continue bowler second from the castle end. It's away, finds a gap on the offside to start with. It's not going to find the boundary. And Gibbons chases it down nicely. They'll get back for 2. I've been told that Hong Kong Cricket Club don't call it the castle end. But I call it the castle end because it's the end where there's some very large mansions up on above the hill. Wow, right overlooking the ground. Kind of look like castles. So it's the castle end and the forest end because there's no mansions behind us here at the broadcast side. Drag down leg side, beats Kamaya. It's going to beat everyone. 4 runs in the books down to the scoreboard. Backward a square on the 45. Nicely played by the captain, Amanda Chung. And the 50 up for Craigengower inside 10 overs. Regular T20 Premier League game. You'd think 50 inside 10. You've had a win, but you still need to find another 90 odd. It's tough going. That's a good one outside off. Immediately after I explain why I call it the castle end, somebody has WhatsApped in and told me what it's called at Hong Kong Cricket Club. But I don't care. It's the castle end. Well, it isn't a castle. I have no belief it's also a haunted house. So 1 ball left before we take the drinks break here at Hong Kong Cricket Club. Hit away on the offside and fielded with the knee by Alison Sue to keep it to a dot. 6 runs off the 10th. Craigengower bringing up their half century. They're 51 for 1. They're going to go into the drinks break, needing another 94 in the final 10 overs with 9 wickets to spare. Join us in a few moments' time here live from Hong Kong Cricket Club. Welcome back to Hong Kong Cricket Club. Aaron Bush with you. Emma Lai to bowl over number 11. Just been sent a very cool stat by Natasha Hamlani, my co-host on the 8 for 52 podcast. That 144-run partnership between Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles is an all-time record for the Hong Kong Women's Premier League. It's the highest first runs by a lot. That used to be 78 runs, and it's the highest in total, beating 142, which was the second wicket partnership last year between Fatima Amir and Carrie Chan. Fatima Amir now at Link Eagles, so not playing for Craig and Gower, so that's not going to help them out today. 142 for them. Now 144, the new all-time record between Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles. So we're ready to get underway. Emma Lai. Ball to Paul Toe, who pops it up in the air. A chance of a catch to Maya Garner. Takes the easiest of catches. That's the end of the dangerous Paul Toe. Out for 23 as Craig and Gower lose their second on 51. She just brought Maya Gardner in from long off to mid off, and it was a brilliant decision by Emma Lai as Maya just moving to her right, taking an easy catch. The big number 11 there. And Paul Toe, after a fine 23 to start with, has to walk back to the dugout as Craig and Gower lose their second. That should bring Carrie Chan out to the crease at number 4. A job to do. As I said, she had the highest run partnership in Premier League up until this morning, Carrie Chan. That was with Fatima Amir. She's going to need to do something almost similar with Amanda Chung, with still 94 runs required. If they could somehow chase that down, these two, it'll be the third highest. The fourth highest. No, third highest. Fourth highest. Third wicket partnership between Shanzeen Shahzad and Ikra Sahar for 106 is now third. Speaking of which, Shanzeen Shahzad still out there in the middle down the hill for Diasquith Little Saiwan on 21. They're at the drinks break, 10 overs done, 47 for 3. Diasquith Little Saiwan pretty much on par to chase down that 88, 7 wickets in hand. For Craig and Gower though, 94 with 8 wickets in hand. It's going to be a task, but Carrie Chan can do Carrie Chan things. Emma Lai, full toss. Hit hard, but protection. Hit straight out to Natasha Miles, waiting at the swimming pool. The left-right combination means the field will need to change for Amanda Chung. Not much change, though. Mariko's just floating outside the circle at mid-off. She was at long on. Well, it's two left-handers, of course. And that's why there wasn't much change in the field. Easier for Hong Kong Cricket Club with the two left-handers in the middle. Floating one on the offside. Betty Chan in the deep. Misses it. The rarest of misfields by Betty Chan, allows the boundary. And Carrie Chan gets a freebie for. Went straight through the hands, that one. Not sure if I was watching it live, so I'm not sure if we caught it on camera. Betty Chan will be hoping we didn't. It was right where our camera was, though, so good chance it was. Wicket, then some runs. 1 ball left of the 11th. Need more runs. Plenty of runs for Craig and Gower. More wickets, of course, will just continue to pile the pressure on Craig and Gower. It's quite remarkable. Went into that drinks break. We played 30 overs of cricket and only 1 wicket had fallen for the entire game. Full toss. Nobody inside the circle on the leg side to take to catch. Gardner picks up around at Cow Corner down in the swimming pool to finish off the over. 8 runs and a wicket coming from the 11th. Craig and Gower 59 for 2. They need another 86 at 9.56. Jasmine Titmus into the third over for her from the castle end. Carey just getting set. Let's see what the field's like. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, wide-ish long on and long off. Nobody out at extra cover or cover on the boundary, which is where that one was going to go, but picked out Natasha Miles, so unfortunately couldn't get through the gap. They're going to have to be on their toes, that offside field. Alison Sue's at point. Katie Gibbons at cover and Miles at that wide-ish extra cover. Lots of room on the leg side too. They could push for two here, and they will. Emma Lai had to come a mile in off the boundary. Well, that's good running. With the run rate required pushing towards 10. Going to need more of that. Tries to beat the offside. Can't beat Gibbons this time. Full toss, leg side, can pick the gap. Diving effort by Storm Parker, makes sure he cannot find the ropes. Parried it to Emma Lai, good combo, saving 2 runs. 5 off the over. They need a boundary to keep in this game with 8 overs to remain after this one. 81 off 49. Getting tough, but Kerry Chan 10 off 7. Can't find a single on the offside with a good delivery to finish off. Titmus has bowled 3, none for 18 after 12. Craig and Gower 64 for 2. They need 81 now at 10.13 per over. Emma Lai to continue, successful with her very first delivery. And then went for a few runs, 8 off the first. Amanda Chung on strike, 13 off 18. That's the full loopy one, doesn't drop just in time, so they can get bat on it out to deep mid wicket. They push mid-off down to long-off for Mariko Hill. Moves down there for Carrie Chan. Plus long-on, deep mid-wicket. Deep cover of Betty Chan. Charges, sweeps. Miles picks up, so they're not going to run on the arm, which is wise. Big throw in from the deep. Chan can somehow find that one backward of square. There'll be runs. Lai bowling to a field at the moment. That's popped up through square. Got Gibbons at a forward square, and then Kamaya backward square on the 45 inside the circle. That's the gap either Amanda or Carrie can find. Nobody out at deep square leg. Shorter this time, so beats one, doesn't beat the sliding and Natasha Miles coming all the way around to deep square from deep mid wicket. Pick up 2. Back of the hand I'm not sure how to describe it. It spins like an off spinner, but the action's not one of a regular finger spinner. Fuller, push down to long off, long on. Finishes off the over, just 5 coming from the 13th. Craig Gower 69 for 2. The run rate required pushing up towards 11 now. 10.86 off the final 7. Let's have a look at what's going on down the hill. And they're in a bit of cruise mode at the moment. Diask Little so on after losing those early wickets. Shanzine Shazad 23 off 25, still out in the middle. 52 for 3 in the 12th. 37 required off 60 deliveries, 50 deliveries I should say. I expect Diask Little so on should be able to chase that down pretty easy. Tougher task here at Hong Kong Cricket Club though for Craig Gower. 76 off the final 7. Katie Gibbons take the ball from the castle end. Guides it. Betty Chan at the fly gully, waiting. 1 run in the books. They know the power hitting of Carrie Chan. The field just spreads. Deep mid wicket, long off, go back. Tasha Miles is out at deep extra cover. Full toss, could be over waist height, is over waist height. They get 1. They're going to run on the arm of Gardner. They're going to try, this could be out. And they get in safely somehow. So it's no ball, +2, plus a free hit coming up. That's valuable runs for Craig Gower. Field can't change since they got back for 2. Another full toss. Skied up. It's another one over waist height as well. So it's going to be runs plus another free hit coming up. Kamaya doing the fielding. Backward of square. They get back for another 2. They picked up 5 runs without a legal delivery bowled. That's handy for Craig Gower. 6, I should say. 4 off the bat, 2 no balls. Warning, I think, being given. Katie Gibbons has got 1 more chance. If it's another over waist height delivery, might be taken out of the attack here. And it is. So that beats Parker as well at square leg. Again, rinse and repeat, 3 in a row. A hat trick of no ball +2 off the bat. And Gibbons has been removed from the lineup with that delivery. Someone else will have to finish off the final 5. Oh, and there's a chat going on. I thought Gibbons was being removed, but Alison Sue, the captain, just off screen talking to umpire Hamid Tukrul. And it will be. Gibbons gives up the ball to Alison Sue. And it looks like Mariko Hill might get the duties to bowl the final 5 deliveries of the 14th. A little bit of excitement and controversy to this game. 66 off 41 now. Mariko gets given the duties to finish off the 14th. 5 deliveries still remain. A free hit still coming up for Carrie Chan. Mariko's going to go around the wicket to Carrie. A bit tough on Mariko Hill. Has to give up a free hit off her first delivery. Oh, my goodness. She's overstepped, I think. Well, 4 no balls. I'm not sure I've ever called 4 no balls in a row, especially when they're not all oversteps. There's a front foot overstep. Oh, goes flying over the top of Lemon Chung's head. Going to pick up a boundary off the free hit. Good news. At least it's a legal delivery. So still 4 balls left. 15 runs have come off the first 2 legal deliveries. All of a sudden, Krakengower giving themselves a chance. 61 required. 40. That's 9.15 per over now. Full. Stays below waist height though. Runs out to long on. They're going to run on the arm again of Gardner and safely back. Good running from Amanda Chung. Runs aplenty coming for Krakengower in the 14th. 3 balls left. Kerry Chan into the 20s now. Matching the score of Pool Toe. But at a far faster clip, 23 off 15. Pool Toe 23 off 28. And beats the outside edge. Good delivery from Mariko. Still wickets in hand for Krakengower. They can have a charge here. Don't want to leave it too little too late. No run available on the offside. Back to back. Good deliveries from Mariko. And that's a no ball and it's dragged down the leg side as well. And a run on the arm of Lemon Chung. Free hit for Amanda Chung. Trying to finish off this very long over with 4 no balls, 5 no balls in it in the end, and a dot to finish with. Let me have a look. 19 runs coming from the 14th as Krakengower move to the lucky 8s, 88 for 2. They need 57 at 9.5 in the final 6. Emily to continue, 1 for 13 off her first 2. Alison Sue still with 2 overs to bowl, Betty Chan with 1. There's 3 of the final 6. Emily's going to bowl 1 of them as well. Charge to get it on the full. That's hit very well, but hit very well straight to Natasha Miles. Waiting at deep mid-wicket. And swinging hard. Just can't find the gaps at times at the moment, Kerry Chan. good length and the float up, it beats Lemon. Beats it with a bit of a bottom edge. Charges again on the full. It's in the air, just at the fingertips of Gibbons. They didn't run on it in the end. Oh, they did. They took one. Half chance from Carey there. Gibbons moving to her right. Waits on it and it bounces and spins away after a massive 14th over. This is a good fight back from Emma Lai. 4 runs so far off the first, 3 runs off the first 4. That's popped up in the air. Kamaya getting underneath it, takes the catch. That's the end of Amanda Chung. She departs for 19. Craig and Gow lose their third on 91. Kamaya Rasgotra just waiting backward of square. Took a nice catch. Emma Lai's got 2. And the captain has to go back. Well fought, 19. Looks like Annie Ho coming out to the crease at number 5. Emma Lai breaks through again for Hong Kong Cricket Club. It's Amy Lai, in fact, out in the middle. Coming in at number 5. Amy Lai to face the final delivery of the 15th. So now a right-left combination for Craig and Gow. Waits on it, cuts it straight to Alison Sue. Finishes off a very tidy over. 3 runs and a wicket coming from the 15th. Craig and Gow, 91 for 3. They need another 54 at 10.8. Stormy Parker to bowl her final over. 3 overs so far, none for 17. All of them from the Castle end. Just 14 years of age, Stormy Parker. Into the Premier League T20 side for Hong Kong Cricket Club. Another one of the really exciting youngsters coming through the program. Starts on the pads though for Kerry Chan. You can't bowl there as he whips it away through square leg for 4. Adjustment probably required for Parker, bowling to the left-hander. Third boundary for Carey. She moves to 29. No deep square leg yet, though. Trusting their bowler. Oh, and what a delivery. What a comeback delivery. It's going to be another boundary, and this time in buys. It was too good for Carey Chan. It was too good for Lemon Chung. Craig and Gow will take them any way they can. So move to 99. 46 off 28. Still very doable for Craig and Gow. Still 7 wickets in hand. I need Carrie Chan to be out there at the end, you'd expect. Gets a full toss this time. Through the hands. Katie Gibbons giving up a chance. That square leg, it was hit hard by Carrie and brings up the 100 with a bit of luck. It's not the first time Carrie Chan's been dropped today. She's chancing her arm and staying out there in the middle for Krakengower. Gets this one to angle in onto the pads. Chan just dots it back to Parker. Two balls left. They've got 10 off the over so far. Another boundary. Make this game very interesting. 44 off 26 required. Winds up, goes straight. Protection in the deep. Gardner comes in onto the bowling green. Takes the 1. Depending on what Amy Lai does here, Carrie Chan should probably have strike next over. Of course, as we said, the strike bowlers will come back for Hong Kong Cricket Club. Alison Sue likely into the attack shortly. Under the thigh pad, it's a dot to finish off with. So 11 runs coming from the 16th as Krakengower bring up the 3 figures. They're 102 for 3. They need 43 at 10.75. Emma Lai going to bowl out here. Wisely so. 3 overs, 2 for 16. Keeping it tidy, generating wickets. Keeping a similar field, long off, wideish long on, deep mid wicket, plus an extra cover out in the deep. But so still no square leg, no backward square out on the boundary. Lai gives Chan a full toss. He goes forward of square this time. Work to do for Miles again with the slide in front of the picket fences. Does well, but good running. Come back for 2. I'm positive that Carrie Chan's trying to get that one to go backward of square. At the moment, she can't take Miles out of the game. Another full 1 floating, a big top edge over the top of square this time. It's not going to carry all the way, will it? And picked up just inside by Gibbons. We get another 2. Basically need to go at 2s from here. It'll make Krakengower's life a lot easier if they can find the boundary. And a dot here and there is going to start building even more net run rate. Run rate required pressure, I should say. Wind to either side is really going to change the dynamic of this game. Gets it to bounce, pops up in the air. Alison Sue leans forward, takes the catch, and the dangerous Carrie Chan to pass for 36. The 4th wicket falls for Krakengower on 106. What a massive wicket. Emma Lai's got 3. The captain with the catch. On replay, as it managed to drop just in front. That's how she gets the wickets. The revs are on the ball. It's going to spin away. Sometimes they're full, but when they bounce, chop up straight to point. And now you'd think Hong Kong Cricket Club favourites to get their first win. A win to either side, of course, will completely change the dynamic of the Women's Premier League T20. A win to Krakengower will make them 2-0. A win to Hong Kong Cricket Club. Get their first win from 1 game. If Diaskwa Little Saiwan get the win over at Ting Kwong Road as expected, that'll get their first win. It'll be the first loss for Lantau, and there's going to be a lot of teams on 1 point, 1 win. All 4 teams will be on 1 win if that's the case. Speaking of which, 63 for 7. 68 for 7. Diasquil say, well, that game's not in the books either. Lantau could have a massive upset here. 4.1 overs left. 3 wickets to get. Shanzine Shazad's out, the only one into double figures. Oh, goes the reverse. He popped up in the air. Alison Sue takes another wicket, and MLI is on a hat trick. She's got 4. Sahar Chan out for a golden duck. MLI on a hat trick. Alison Sue on a catching hat trick. And Hong Kong Cricket Club putting the pincers on Craig and Gower to pick up their first win here in the Cricket Hong Kong Premier League T20. He's inventive. I'll give Sahar Chan that. Decides first delivery to MLI, I'm going to go the reverse. Unfortunately, Alison Sue was just waiting right there to take the catch. Karen Poon coming out at number 7. Oh, Karen Poon, another youngster in the Cricket Hong Kong China setup. She gets the hat-trick ball and 11 players just surrounding her. They're still making changes. They want catching positions everywhere. Betty Chan goes into slip. Mariko's going to move into a catching mid-wicket. Natasha Miles is there on screen as well at that short cover position. No pressure, Karen. And here comes the hat-trick ball. And just leaves it alone. Takes the dot instead. 4 for 20. 1 ball left of MLI's spell. Can she get a Michelle? Cuts back into the body, but survives. That's the end of MLI. She's bowled out 4 overs, a 4 for 20. With 3 overs remaining. Craig and Gower 106 for 5. Now getting very tough. 39 required at exactly 13 per over. Alison Sue back into the attack from the Castle end. Going to bowl over 18 as expected. Expect Alison to bowl this one. Betty Chan to bowl the 19th. And Alison to clean it out if they don't get another 5 wickets from here. Alison Sue, 2 overs, none for 12 in her first spell. 2 brand new batters out at the middle. Amy Ly's only faced 2 deliveries. Karen Poon survived 2 deliveries at the previous over. Sue to Lie. Plays a nice straight bat. Another dot, just building ever more pressure on Craig and Gower. Oh, big thick edge. Could get a boundary out of this one. Kamaya having to chase it down. Not going to get there. It trickles over the ropes. Fortuitous 4, but they'll take it. There's me on screen. I didn't do the fielding this time. The headphones don't stretch that far, so Kamaya had to do it herself. Races away. Everyone inside the circle on the offside, so fortuitous. They've made a bit of a change. Kamaya is going to now float halfway between the circle and boundary. Or floating third. Not so deep, not so short. And straight into the action as it's cut away backward a point. I'll take 1. Karen Poon now back on strike, looking to get off the mark. That floating position of Kamaya is the only one outside the circle. Keeping the pressure on. Forcing Karen to try to have to go over the top if she wants to find some runs. Hkcc can grind this one out in dots and ones from here and get an easy victory. Bottom hand onto the leg side. Yes, no, taking on the arm of Miles. It's ricocheted off the shin. And almost run out. That would have been unlucky, but it was a good throw in, good flick in from Miles. It was a risky run because they were hesitating. Alison Sue didn't manage to get the hand on it, but came off the shin straight back onto the stumps. Anyway, they survived. They get the single. One ball left of the 18th. Tries the feather again, misses out on that one. 6 runs off the 18th. 33 required off 12 legal deliveries. And 16.5. And it is just as expected, Betty Chan to bowl the penultimate over from the Forest end. Just working to their plan here, Hong Kong Cricket Club. Their 2 opening batters doing the job in the first innings and their bowlers doing well. They've got 5 wickets. It's unlikely they'll bowl out Craig and Gower from here. Not impossible though. 12 legal deliveries remaining, 5 wickets in hand. And it's the win that'll be all important. Chopped up in the air. There's the first wicket. Alison Sue takes another catch. Betty Chan's got one. Betty Chan's got 2 now. Alison Sue has got a magnet on her for balls in the air. Is that her 3rd catch of the 6 wickets to fall? It feels like it is. It certainly is. And that's the end of Karampoo now for 1. Well, I said it's not likely that Craig and Gower will get bowled out here, but it's more than likely now that Betty Chan's got a wicket off her first delivery of the penultimate. They need 4 more now off 11. And they're starting to get into the tail end of Craig and Gower. Vanessa So, it looks like, at the crease. Confirmation on that one. And has Betty gone straight through? I'm blocked here. I missed. It was very close. Vanessa So coming in at number 8. Charge and back foot back down in time. But more dots. Means this game is pretty much in the books for Hong Kong Cricket Club. 33 more runs required. It's almost 4 a ball. Wicket followed by 3 dots for Betty Chan. Inside edge onto the leg side, making another dot. Dots it out. Wicket maiden to finish off for Betty Chan. She's got 2 for 8 in her 4 overs, doing what she does always for Hong Kong Cricket Club and Cricket Hong Kong China when she plays the internationals. Just so difficult to find runs off and always generates wickets. She's bowled out. Alison Sue's going to bowl the death over. 4 wickets in hand. Still 33 runs required off the final over. Pushes it away for a single. Skied up in the air. This could be a wicket. I think it's Gibbons getting underneath. It takes the catch at square leg. And Alison Sue gets there first. She's taken 3 catches herself. And then Gibbons helping out here at square leg to get rid of Vanessa So for a duck. 7 down now, 4 balls remaining. Still technically possible. Hong Kong Cricket Club can bowl out Kragengower here. And the wicket keeper, Almira Leung, comes out to the crease at number 9. Chopped up in the air, could be a wicket. Emily takes the catch this time. And now Alison Sue's on a hat-trick. Emily was a chance. This time she helps out Alison Sue to get a wicket and put another hat-trick ball into the game with 3 balls remaining. Leong out for a golden duck. 8 down now for Kragengower. It's going to be a good victory for HKCC, but it's an entertaining final couple of overs as the wickets continue to fall. See Hong Kong Cricket Club Women's Premier Coach Sahal Malvinkar watching on near our broadcast area. He'd be very happy. This has been clinical from his side. We'll also see Sahal playing this afternoon in the men's T20 against Pakistan Association coming up from 1:30 p.m. Well, they get through for a single. Survive the hat-trick ball. Two wickets in hand, 2 balls remain. 31 runs required. That's not going to happen. That final one. 2 wickets may. And that's a dot. So they won't get bowled out here, at least Kragengower. We can take that into the break that we're having and work on a few issues. Finding wickets against Hong Kong Cricket Club being one of them. He's picked that one off middle stump and squirted it out backward a square for a single. And there we have it, a big victory for Hong Kong Cricket Club Women's Premier. They win by 29 runs over Kragengower on the back of that massive record partnership between Natasha Miles and Mariko Hill, a 144-run partnership to start the game. And Kragengower after 20 and 115 for 8. We'll have a look at the batting and bowling card before we wrap up the broadcast. Don't forget, coming up at 1:30, we've got the men's version for Hong Kong Cricket Club this afternoon. But this is the Kragengower batting. Couple of good starts. Carrie Chan top scoring with a 36 off 28 and Paul Toe at the beginning with a 23, but others fell cheaply around and 115 in the books. The bowling card for Hong Kong Cricket Club Women's Premier. Seven bowlers used. There was that very interesting over from Katie Gibbons, who got taken out of the attack, but 4 wickets for Emma Lai and 2 for Alison Sue and Betty Chan getting the job done for Hong Kong Cricket Club today. So they are victors by 29 runs. There's the match summary, and we'll go back to that first innings. 144 for the loss of no wicket. The opening partnership, the biggest first wicket partnership in Premier League history, the biggest premiership partnership in any wicket for Hong Kong Premier League. Natasha Miles with a 64 and Mariko Hill not out 68. And then the wickets, Emma Lai with a 4 for was on a hat-trick. Alison Sue with a 2 for was on a hat-trick, and Betty Chan doing Betty Chan things, 2 for 8 off 4. So we're finished with this broadcast. We'll be back live on Cricket Hong Kong YouTube from 1 p.m. out in the middle, the toss. It is Hong Kong Cricket Club Men's Premier up against Pakistan Association Cricket Club. I'll be out in the middle with Kinshid Shah and Tanvir Afzal for the toss. Join us then But until then, Aaron Bush signing off.